In today's video for my telecom tribe, we were going to answer the question, why do mobile generations take 10 years, require a forklift upgrade of the network, and new spectrum? Well, I've worked on this a lot to try and put it into some simple buckets, and I'm having trouble to do that because they're all the different reasons are so interrelated. But I'm going to give 3 reasons, not necessarily in a particular order because they're all, like I said, they're all interconnected. But one of the reasons is infrastructure. So a telecom network is infrastructure, and it's ubiquitous and pervasive. It just takes a long time to change that out. That's related to the next reason, which is, I'd call it cost recovery. Both the vendors of the kit, who've invested a lot in research and development and manufacturing, and the operators who buy that kit, they need time to recoup their costs and depreciate their investments. And for example, in the US, I think the depreciation cycle for telecom kits is 7 years. So there's just a bunch of time required for all of that to work through the system. The last reason I'm going to give is, I'll call it cultural inertia. For most of us, deregulation of telecoms didn't happen until the 80s and 90s. And so all the management teams of the companies in telecom today and most of the workers, they come from an era where there were single provider and single vendor networks. And only since the 80s and 90s have even the customers been able to experience telecoms in a competitive environment. And now in 2019, those customers who have no experience with the single provider, single vendor networks are now coming of age. At the same time, the technologies are maturing. Cloudification, virtualization, high bandwidth, low latency backhaul and networks makes it possible to consider alternative architectures. So that's the basic focus of all these discussions about open telecoms projects. And in our next video, we're going to say more about that. In fact, we're going to cite an example that's out there right now that we can all use as a way to see a path forward as the network changes.